Obi is as clean and honest as you are ever going to get from a Nigerian politician, Dede Faritimi. Lawyer and one of the spokespersons of the Obi'S presidential campaign, Counsel Dele Faritimi has praised his principal, the Labour Party presidential aspirant, Peter Obi, as one of the cleanest politicians in Nigeria. He made the statement in a post that he shared on his verified Twitter page on Thursday while responding to a Twitter user. It is no longer news that Faritimi was one of the frontiers of Peter Obi's campaign during the just concluded presidential election. While speaking through his Twitter page, he said that the African Action Congress presidential aspirant Omoyele Stephen Shore is a saint among the Nigerian politicians. He said that former governor of Anambra State, on the other hand, is a honest and clean politician. He said if anyone is truthful to himself, it would be discovered that he is an unmatched outlier. So he says, when are you guys going to accept that you are not going to find another saint in Nigeria aside from Yele? Peter Obi is as clean as honest as you are ever going to get from a Nigerian politician. And if you would stop lying to yourself, you'd see he's an unmatched outlier. Interesting. And I'm glad that Dele Faritimi is not necessarily going off the saying that, oh, Peter Obi is perfect, is this, is that, right? If you want to break down what he said and look at the underlying sayings, then you can do that. But yeah, I think that is absolutely true, and the problem is not the individuals. That's Shore and Peter Obi or Dele Faritimi themselves. Is with the people who actually have the power, and that is the people. And for us to for us or the people to have been as divided as we were is such red flags. I mean, where do you even start from? Because if we're divided and disunited, then we are so easy to control. Those who can infiltrate and enforce themselves can do so easily, because the people themselves, it's not even uniting and saying, oh, we support this person. It's just uniting in mindset, right? And I think that's where it is. We don't have to agree that the same person would be everyone's favorite to be president. But if people are not forward thinking, if they don't think accountability is essential to their government, if people are still sycophants, selfish, distrusting of one another in their communities, then what kind of mindset is that? You can't be surprised that people are voting for Tinubu or people think that he's better than Peter Obi. Come on. You can't be. And whoever won or whoever, and I know, yes, the technicalities of INEC, rigging, IREV, BVAS, all that exists, and there's no doubt that there's some mishaps and falsities with that. But the fact just remains that if majority of the people believe, majority of the people actually believe that Tinubu was better, voted for him, campaigned for him, even with, to be honest, it was quite a tough, tough elections, because you can say it was divided. You could also almost 50-50. Things were really, really polarized, as some would say. But maybe we are on the verge of hope. Maybe it's half-half. But at the end of the day, if the prevailing mindset, not just in numbers, but in power, won, then that shows, it reflects a lot on the people as well. As much as, you want to blame the government and the pre-existing administration and, how they had a hand in the election outcome. And that's where the problem really lies. So it's sort of changing our thinking to, first of all, being more open-minded as a people, forward-thinking. And to a very large extent, that will be solved by meeting all physiological needs. We need to start tackling poverty like the way we pray intensely in churches. We need to have that same planning, action, organizing that would tackle that. Because before people start thinking that way, they need to have food to eat, shelter, and then we can start. But if we don't do that first, it's not going to happen. Maslow's hierarchy of needs, yes, it's individualistic in its thing, but we have to then cast it on a wider pool of people, and then we can apply. But if not, I'm unsure as to where Nigeria's going to be. It's funny because people are calling Peter Obi a notorious pretender, a deceitful, blatant liar. And I'm like, you call him all these names, right? And then you go ahead and vote for Tinubu. Like, come on. Come on. The only confused person there is yourself. Wow. Interesting. This pharaoh fallacy of a person should have taken the microphone from David or Yinka Ayefele to start singing praises and worship. I've never seen an unreasonable someone like this talkative. So it's like, come on, it's not that it's disheartening, but like when people speak like this, where do you even start? So at the end of the day, what do you do? I think Peter Obi should just continue what he does, be an example. He doesn't have to be president to make that change. I think what he can do is basically have thought-provoking conversations that really aim to influence the mindset of Nigerians, because that's the only thing that can really be effective in change. Put what you think in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.